Tippling Tuesday, round 2. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So as I mentioned in round 1, we got a lovely little care package from the fine folks at Impex Beverages in San Francisco. They sent us a Port Esquag, which we just discussed. And now we got 4 samples from the Single Malts of Scotland. Single Malts of Scotland is a range of superb vintage single malt Scotch whiskies, individually selected from our stocks of aging casks from the 6 main whiskey regions of Scotland. To ensure each whiskey expresses all its flavor and cask character, we bottle at what we feel is the optimum bottling strength, unchill filtered with natural color. So we're going to do 2, correct?
I think I liked your plan. We'll do the youngest and the oldest. They sent the Linkwood, which is a 12-year at 55.8%. The Ben Nevis, which is a 23-year, and it's 52.7%. And in between, you have a 21-year-old Glenburgie at 55.2, and a 14-year-old Ledaig at 55.4.
All right, let me read a little bit about the Ben Nevis and the Linkwood. Okay, Ben Nevis Distillery. From the Highlands, 23 years old, 52.7%, cask number 1479. Distilled in 1996, this Highlands single malt was aged in a sherry butt that yielded 405 bottles in total. With all the full-bodied character you'd expect from a well-aged Ben Nevis, this is a dram to savor slowly. And the other one is the Linkwood. This is from Speyside. It's 12 years old. It's 55.8% ABV. Cask number 804447. This 2007 vintage single malt was distilled at Linkwood and aged in a hogshead, which yielded only 246 bottles. It seamlessly combines lively fruit with a sweetness that rises out the glass. Sounds delicious.
They sure do.
The color on the Ben Nevis is a good bit darker. It's a lovely shade of amber. Potency-wise, they're both in the same ballpark. They're both in the 5s. So I'm going to try the Linkwood on my right. They smell distinctly different. I'm going to start with the Linkwood. Maybe I'll put this one aside because they're so different that I don't think it really, maybe you're right. It doesn't make any sense to compare them because they're just completely different whiskeys. The Linkwood is very light and fruity.
I'm getting some citrus.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like maybe like some. I'm getting maybe some pears and maybe a little bit of lemon.
And for the 55.8 ABV, it's not real vapory on the nose.
Well, I don't know. It depends on how close you get. I get pretty close and I get a little bit of a singe.
Right, but it's just a little bit. You'd expect at 55 you'd get maybe a little bit more oomph to the alcohol content.
It's a little peppery too. Maybe a little bit of cinnamon too.
And on the glass, I'm getting a little bit of viscosity.
Maybe your glass just hasn't been cleaned in a while. Come on, man. Get your act
together. Be like that. Gonna be like that, are you?
Get your head in the game.
And it could be the case. All right, I'm going in. Wow, that's a horse of a different color.
That's very nice. So it's like the front third, like, and then right along the tip of my tongue, like right along the edge, it gets a little tingly.
Yeah.
Like a hot cinnamon.
Yep.
And like a cinnamon and pepper.
You pick up like it's almost like a baking spices.
Mm-hmm.
You get some of that
but it's
nice
light though.
Sweet, yeah, but then the pepper kicks in.
Yeah,
you get a little bit of the sweetness, a little cake-like, and then it goes to the pepper, and it's got a real nice finish at the end.
I get a little more fruit on the second end. Like I had a little bit of water.
Just it pulls through some of it. You're used to the spice a little bit. You get more fruit.
I'm getting almost like a baked apple, maybe some pears.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the citrus you were talking about before.
Yeah, you had that on the nose. It really wasn't in the.
No, and I'm not getting a whole lot of like sugariness to it. It's more the baking spices and then like the pears and the apple. I'm getting more of that with maybe just a little bit of tobacco.
All right, so I went out to another site,
mm-hmm.
and it says only 1 or 2% of Linkwood's production is marketed as single malt. The rest is used as blends for Whitehorse, Hague, Bell's, and Dimple, among others.
Anyway, I like this. I go maybe 89, 90.
Yeah, I'd say it's a solid A-.
That's good. That's very good. Now, should we try the Ben Nevis?
I think so.
All Add a little bit of water just to cleanse the old palate. And let's go into that one. Now, the color on this is much darker. Much darker.
Well, that's the this is
The
the
sherry?
sherry. Right?
Oh,
Sherry.
yeah. That's a lot more like richer, darker fruit. I mean, that's
And-
dark brown sugar.
And I think that's what the sherry imparts on it, right?
There's a lot of like really, really dark fruit on this one. That smells fantastic.
And these guys are owned by Nika.
Well, that's good. That's like a good parent to have.
Yeah, they seem to do a lot of experimenting with casks and flavor.
They do a lot of stuff. I mean, they also experiment with different kinds of stills, with their coffee still grains and all that stuff. The Japanese are good stewards of the whiskey industry. They like their whiskey. They like a good product.
So I'm getting the wood, but I'm also getting like a little bit of brine.
On this one?
Yeah. Faint bit of brine. So I'm guessing, if we're looking at this, they're up in the coast of the West Highlands, so maybe you get a little bit of spray from that.
It's possible.
Close to the coast.
It depends on where they age the barrels too, right? Maybe the warehouse is right by the ocean.
Yeah.
I'm getting like almost like orange, like an orange zest. It almost smells like a Manhattan, where you get that like vermouthy quality to it, and you get like the sweetness, and then you get that that orange twist.
A little something else.
Smells good. I'm gonna give it a try. It may be a little leather too. There's like a little leatheriness to it. Corinthian leather, rich Corinthian leather. See, we need Riccardo Montalban.
Wow, that's a lot going on there.
Oh, that's very nice. It's got a little bit of oiliness to it. I don't think it's super hot.
No.
But it's got a nice rounded flavor to it.
It pulls out some leather, some wood, sweetness.
Yep.
You don't get as much of like the dried fruits. It's there, but not as much. And the finish is a nice warming. It's nice.
It's got like almost like a ginger snap, or like you know what I mean, like one of those kind of cookies, and then you get a little bit of dark fruit.
Another winner.
That's good, and it's and it's not. It's rich flavored, but it's not super rich, like where it's too much.
Right.
It's not overly dry. There's a little bit of dryness, like a little bit of like a tannic kind of thing, like on a red wine, but not overpowering. It's just an easy drinking one, and you get a lot of like brown sugar too.
They're totally different whiskeys.
Oh, absolutely.
We just tried, and I think you can see that the extra time spent was time well spent.
Yeah, it's a little more rounded. It's a little more subtle, and then it kind of heats up again It kind of heats up on the back end a little bit. Like the finish is kind of like spicy, but not overly spicy. It's like well rounded and well balanced. Let me go back in for the last round. The last bit of whiskey. How much you got left in your glass?
I'm done. That was my last little bit.
You're done? Oh my God. Have you no restraints?
I've reached an end.
I
took a big blast, and then I took another one.
That is very good. I think I prefer the Ben Nevis to the Linkwood a little bit.
I think I do as well. Not that there's anything wrong with the Linkwood. It's just
no.
Totally different. And I think I'm a little partial to the sherry cast.
Yeah, but what's nice about it though, it's not like over the top. It's got a lot of flavors. It's pretty well rounded. I go 91, 92 on that.
I think maybe you like it a little more than me. I'd probably say it was a 90.
No,
Again, 90 to 92. It's not really too much. I'd say it was an A.
No, it's good.
You're a little higher, but again, it's good. It's really good. I'd say the Linkwood was an A minus, and I'd say this was an A. They're good.
Should I read what they said in the tasting notes?
Sure. See how close we were.
No, we were nowhere near it. The nose is reminiscent of old wood cabinets polished with linseed oil. I've never smelled linseed oil. A big meaty texture.
I think we smelled some wood though.
Maybe. A big meaty texture expresses a bounty of spices, nutmeg, clove, and licorice. Sweeter on the finish, with indulgent rum raisin cake. Should I read what they said about the Linkwood? Just to finish this off?
Sure.
Okay, so the Linkwood, they say, an intense nose of white chocolate shavings, raspberries, and poached pears. I think I said pears. That's all I got.
You had pears? You got the pears.
The citrus palate slowly develops notes of digestive biscuits, sunflower oil, and ripe banana with ginger. So I think we got the citrus.
I think we got some of that.
I didn't get all the rest of it, but that was very good. So I think I said, like a 90 for the Linkwood, 89, 90 for the Linkwood, or a 91, 92 for the Ben Nevis?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think so. I thought they were really good. Thank you to the fine folks at Impex for sending these along. And cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wait, let's do it again.
Cheers.
There we go. Nice little ring. All right, sir. Peace.